What is your first memory or recollection of Cove Spring?
Probably when I look back, as long as I can remember back, I do remember one event that was not good in my memory. It's when they laid the cornerstone of the church. It was such a hot day. They had all the chairs, the folding chairs from Elizabeth School over here in the parking lot, unbelievably crowded. And then I don't know who the preacher was, but somebody talked for about 2 hours, it seemed like, and it was hot. All I remember is I was just a little kid, and they just kept, that was not a good remembrance. That's probably the first thing I can remember. That I remember that after the church burnt, we had services at Elizabeth School, when it was a big deal when they laid the cornerstone that they had enough to build a church back.
Okay. How long have you attended Cove Springs now?
All my life. A couple years I didn't live here, but I always came when I was home.
What do you consider some of your favorite memories or highlights you've experienced since attending Cove Springs?
Well, probably the highlights would be getting married here, baptizing my children here, seeing my children get married here. Those are all highlights.
Why do you consider Cove Spring as your church home over all the other options you could have?
It feels like family. Feels like I belong.
What are some other memories?
Probably the softball teams are fun. You see, Cove Springs did a great thing. When I was young and in high school and in college, we got a lot of young families to come. But a lot of guys came to play softball. But the deal was you had to go to church 2 Sundays a month to play, or 3 or whatever it was. And we brought in a lot of the athletes from Miami East and Bethel. They came here to play, and some of them never had been to a church before. But that was quite an attractive thing to bring in young couples, and they brought their wives and girlfriends, but it was but it was also a great experience. You had a lot of fellowship, and you played. There was 2 teams at that time, and it took a lot of people. It took 20, 30 guys on each team, at least 10 or 15, and so there was a lot of families. That's why the church was so full then.
So, Amy, what is your first memory or recollection of Cove Spring?
Well, I don't know my first one. I know we came up before we joined up here. We came up because of Leah and Kenny going here, and she would invite us to come all the time. So we did come occasionally. Before that, we went to Nashville Church. That was where I lived, was right next door almost to Nashville Church. So I was comfortable going there, and so that's where I went to even growing up. And then after I got married, of course, we moved from place to place, not too often, but after we moved up here. So that's how we started going. We've gone here ever since.
And how many years have you been a member here?
Oh dear.
We figured 75.
January 1951. Sound about right?
Probably.
Yeah. So 75 years in January. Does it feel like 75 years putting up with all of us?
No. I can't believe I'm as old as I am either, but I'm just so thankful that I can still get around.
For those who don't know, you've got a milestone coming up. Do you mind talking about that?
The 100 years.
Congratulations, that's so awesome. You're
Well,
such a.
I
you're
may not live to be 100. I've got about 6 months to go yet. So,
What is a favorite memory of yours from your 75 years of attending here?
well, I think when Stu was teacher of the young people down here, we had so much fun with those, all of them. We would go places, do things together, and just, you know, of course, Barb was always a live wire of the crowd.
What's a place you remember going with the young people?
Well, I think we went so many places. You know, we'd have the whole class come down to where we lived, just down the road, and that was before we had our house now. There was just an old house there, and it was so bad that when the wind would blow in the winter, the carpet would come up off of the floor. So that was one reason we had to build a new house.
We had a lot of fun though.
Oh, barrels of fun.
Why do you consider Cove Spring as your home church, Amy, above others?
Well, I don't know. All the people are so friendly here and accommodating, and you know, they just want to do everything they can for you. I really enjoy that.
Is there any other memory you'd like to share?
Baseball. We usually had a pretty good team from out here. Of course, we had a lot of good athletes go here, and all the southerly boys. It was just lots of fun to be with all the people from out here.
You sang in the choir, right?
Yes, I'd like to sing, and they needed members in the choir, so I guess that's why. Of course, Stu sang in the choir all the time, and then I guess I just joined too.
Are you an alto or a soprano?
Soprano.
Soprano. Awesome.
I don't think I'm much of anything anymore, but
Well, thank you.
I never hesitate about getting up on Sunday morning and getting dressed and coming to church. It's always a pleasure.